Hi, you're through to Hannah at yarnandcraftshop.co.uk. I'm going to talk you through a couple of yarns that we've got, which are quite similar. We've got the Rico cancan yarn, and we've also got the Flemenco uni yarn. And the Flemenco uni also comes in the twin, which has the like double the stripe colour going all the way along length, also floating, where it has various colours within it, same as the cancan print. So with these yarns, the Grundle Flamenco uni is literally a miniature version of the cancan Rico ball. With the Rico cancan, it's 1 ball equals 1 scarf, whereas with the Flamenco uni, it's 3 balls equals 1 scarf. Cancan, you require 7 to 8mm needles. The Flamenco, you need 3.5mm needles, so it is a miniature version. Alright, so what we'll do is we will get started on, we'll cast on and then start to knit using the cancan, which is exactly the same method as the Grundle. Right, so if we take a look at this cancan yarn, this is what it looks like when it's pulled out, and as I mentioned, the Grundle Flamenco range is very similar, just a miniature version. You'll see that on one side it tends to roll in, and it's this side that you knit from. So what we'll do is we'll cast on. I'll just get one of my needles, and simply all you need to do is just find a point. I'll just start making it. Find a point, feed it in, and then you make a stitch every 4 centimeters approximately. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you end up, as you're knitting through, doing it a little bit shorter, a little bit longer than that, it doesn't matter. Adds to the frill effect. But for casting on, we'll do this as 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do this for about 7 stitches. Okay. Now what we'll look to do is to start to knit with that. Okay, so that's us casted on. Let's get my second needle on. I'll just simply put the other needle through the hole, okay, and then look to knit. So again, get my yarn about 4 centimeters, put that through there like that, and then simply yarn over. Okay, just do that again. Yarn over. Whoops. That one was a little bit difficult though. Right. About 4 centimeters. By the way, just another thing to add, if you end up putting your needle in the middle, it doesn't matter too much. Obviously do try to keep it as close to the edge as possible, but if that happens, really don't panic. This yarn is very forgiving, so okay. So that's the first couple of rows done there. See the frill effects starting out. So just do one more. There we go. Okay, there we go. There you go, so you can see how the frill effect's starting to take place. So what we'll do is we'll carry on knitting, and we'll look to cast off. Right now, here is the knitted cancan scarf. You can see how frilly it looks. Now what you need to do is knit this to about 1.5 meters approximately, or whichever length you prefer actually, but do bear in mind it will stretch slightly when wearing. So they say if you knit 1.5 meter scarf, it could stretch up to 2 meters, so just do bear that in mind. Now what we'll do is we'll look to now cast this off. Now the instructions on the label do say to sew this, but I also agree with, there's other people as well who've used this, say it's easier just to cast off with this and then sew at the end. So what we'll do is we'll just do a normal cast off with this. Just knit. Okay, like that. Bear in mind, remember to keep each stitch approximately 4 centimeters apart. Let's put that over. Right then. And there we have the last stitch. So what I'll do, I'll just cut this yarn short. There we go. Take the needle out, keep the loop. You'll see here. And then what I'll do, I'm going to thread the remaining bit through the loop, like so, and tighten it. Now what you need to do, just with this last bit, is simply you can just fold it and then stitch it in place, like so, hide the end there, and it won't show. And the beauty of it is, with this scarf, the ends just won't show at all when you're wearing it. And there you have your lovely cancan or flamenco uni scarf.